this guy here. This is my first Blood Angel. I got him off of Colts 3D, printed him up a little bit bigger, and this is the first one that I've done with the airbrush. So I did the airbrush with some colors and tried to do some highlights and things like that, and this is definitely turning out really well. So this is the test, and yeah, we can see we got some skull action here, and we can see, I wonder if this will come out, how well that comes out. I don't know, we'll see. But hopefully this can work, and so that, you know, as I do the painting videos, we can zoom in on this because it's 4K and actually get some usable footage versus the little Osmo action camera, which had a fixed focus lens. So it wouldn't even focus in. So, you know, how does this look here? I don't know, we'll have to see. It also has a manual focus. So let me see if I can change that. Shooting mode, camera, mic. Let's see, focus. It's on auto right now. And if we go to manual, it's adjusted manually. And what I can end up doing is using the focus on the lens here. So that's out of focus. And I can really, okay, now it's out of focus, and now, so I think that's pretty good focus right here. So this is with the manual focus. The only problem with the manual focus is that I would have to stay right here in this position and paint and do whatever it is that I need to do. But if it keeps an acceptable focus and clarity, maybe the manual focus is the way to go. So that is the manual focus, and again, just to see, I don't know. And I have such kind of a smaller screen, and so it's almost like I'd have to know the height and the position of exactly where I'm at and where this needs to be in relation to the camera and the tabletop and all that to be able to get a real good focus. So again, that is the manual focus. And if we go back and we go to the autofocus, and then that's automatically going to go like that. And I don't know if I can, I mean, I can zoom in. So there's that. And I can do some painting and whatever that I need to do. I need to get the final position of where I need to be, because actually I'd like this to be over here a little bit more. Alrighty everybody, we're back, and as you can see, we're using our new camera and we're hoping that the focus can, the autofocus on this 4K camera can help us out. So we turned out and we got some pretty good detail action going on there, and I think it turned out fairly well. And what we're going to end up doing next, we did a little bit of this cloak down here, and the next thing we're going to end up doing, it's a small cloak, but yeah, we're going to try to dry brush a little bit of some highlights. And so we have some necromancer cloak, and then we have a lighter color of the uniform gray. So we're going to start off with this and see how this goes. Yeah, this will be interesting. So yeah, that needs stirred up some more, and I stirred this stuff up big time. So yeah, interesting. If you can see that there. And I don't even know if that's, That's a little bit lighter. Wow, that's going to be interesting to see how that will... I mean, that's very, very... I'm wondering if we should put a dot of this in there. Let's mix this up. See how this goes. So maybe just a dot to lighten that up a little bit more. Mix this in there. So with dry brushing, that is not something that I've done a lot of, pretty much at all. And what I ended up doing is just getting this, which is a makeup brush that I got at just a little convenience, little home store here in Korea. It's called Daiso, in case anybody's wondering. And what we'll end up doing is, we'll end up doing, we'll see if we can't brush a little of this on. So we got a little bit of some highlight. I don't want to get too crazy with it, and it's kind of a larger brush. So yeah, we'll see if we can't get some edge work in there. And I think we got I think a little less is more there. So what we can end up doing is, that's not bad. I think it's not bad at all. So we still got some black in there. And I think what we could even end up doing, I don't know. That could be just good enough. Now the other thing I could end up doing is maybe kind of cleaning this up a little bit with trying to get the recesses and just do a little bit of, again, still trying to find the happy medium with the autofocus. Maybe kind of brush away the slightly damp brush to try to keep the dark in those recesses. So that is going to be the attempt of the dry brush, and I think we're good with that. If I had smaller brushes, I would try to do the dry brush on the black on the Aquila. Not bad. I think that'll work. So it mutes out the black, so it's not as you can see the knee pads and those little armor plates there. The one on the right is a little bit more muted, and then the one on the left not bad. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Kind of dulls out that black a little bit. So not too shabby. Dude that we have here, our little blood angel that our first time doing a blood angel. And so we ended up using an airbrush. Alrighty, here we are. The next step. Now our blood angel is turning out pretty good. We did a number of things. Did the airbrush for the first time and did a series of those. Did some little details we can see on the back. Colors, decals, all of that stuff. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with doing some detail work. We've got these pouches. So we've got a pouch right here, and we have that there. And I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to paint that leather brown. And then he has two other pouches here that I think would work with leather brown. And I know a lot of pictures have those as black, but if it doesn't work out with the leather brown, we could always just paint over it in black. So that's what we're going to end up using is the leather brown. Do a quick little shake up. And then, like I said, if it ends up it just doesn't work well, heck, we could always go back and just cover it with black. So I'll just put a little bit there. And we will begin. And we'll dip a little bit of water in there. I think we got a good amount. And we're going to begin. And like I said, I think what we're going to end up doing, let's take this off the, you can see there, and we'll just start. Just a nice coverage. Is that coming in? Still playing around with this camera. I've got the automatic focus, so we'll just play around with that for a bit and see how that goes. Yeah. So, what do you all think of that? I think that'll go well with the purity seals and things like that, and the skulls. I think it'll, and then depending on what we do on the ground, we will hopefully be able to tie in some colors and then just have some things to that'll be set apart. I noticed a lot of the Blood Angel stuff, they black everywhere, and it's just like, you know what, you gotta have something set apart. So that's what we got for the brown. I don't think there's any other brown things that we need to put on there. So I think that works out well. Again, you can kind of see that. So, the brown, will be done with that. Doing another color. What other colors could we do? We could do, because how many purity seals are there? So the purity seals, we end up with 1, 2, 3 kind of grouped together, so we've got those 3. So we could do that, and that'll add in a little bit of color. So let's see, skeleton bone, or think about mummy robes. I think we'll do mummy robes. How does that sound? Go ahead and put this on our Vortex paint mixer, which is awesome. If there was one thing that I would say get, is I would say a Vortex paint mixer. Just for the fact that when you buy these paints, I know when I bought mine, shaking them up by hand looks kind of messed up, but it really doesn't mix the paints well. And there was enough of the paints where I actually had to use a stirring stick to get all the paint pigmentation from the bottom of the bottle and actually get it mixed up. So yeah, I would definitely get one of these. Let's See if we can focus in on this and get our purity seals painted up. Just kind of cool being able to paint all this stuff and just to take something that is just bland and boring and really make it come to life. Alrighty. So you got purity seals going, rocking and rolling there. So what should we do next? I mean, I know we can take some stuff like this and put gold into that, but as belt buckle, oh, that's going to be wonderful getting under there. But we do have some areas here that we should have like gold, maybe kind of a little bit of contrast on that firearm where the little skull is at. Yeah, let's do a little bit of gold. And then we have Greedy Gold. I've never used this before. So let's, I mean, I put it up on the cap. Not pouring out so much paint because these things are like $3 a bottle. So let's just do a gun and run across a line there. That already looks a lot better. Wasn't really printed out the best, but that'll work. Now let's do a little doodad on his belt there. We'll go back and we'll hit that little skull in there. And I'm wondering if I should do his belt buckle gold as well, or if I should do that black. So in other words, have black. That's going to be hard to get to. But that would kind of tie it in if we did black. And then we could touch up that little spot there with the black. And since there's no other gold, I don't think we have any other places we can put gold. Oh, and here's something else. If you look at the gun, you can see I drilled a hole in there. So yeah, drilled the holes, did all that stuff. I did it for this one as well. You can see the holes drilled, and even on the side hole, that it's got the side hole drilled in there as well. Some people were talking about, oh, you need to drill your guns. And so I picked up a little handheld little drill, and yeah. So bam, there you go. You're happy. As far as black, I think we are good to go. So you know what we can do, since we did the purity seals, we can go back and we can put a little bit of skeleton bone and get that skull on that ornament that's hanging from his belt. on that left side. Oh yeah, this definitely helps. Kind of thick. Okay. These things are a lifesaver. Okay, so that's what we have now. So it turns out pretty good. We did a little bit of gold action. I did some little purity seals, touched up some skulls, and did the brown leather on there, which, I don't know, that might need to be a little bit darker maybe. I don't know, we'll see how that goes after it all dries. There you have it, and what we'll end up doing is we'll come back and work on the next steps. Okay, it is picture time again, and we have our Blood Angel. We ended up doing our first experimental dry brushing. Turned out a little decent, could be better. But with that, we also colored in some gold areas on the trinket on his belt, along with the gold on the rifle. Pretty good. And on the back, we can see that we did the leather pouches. Those, I think, could be a little bit darker, but hang around on the next video and we'll see what happens. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date with what's going on with us, The Buried Life, as we're retired in Korea. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.